Alright guys, welcome back. Quick video. I meant to mention this before. Something I had to do last night before I put the servo in was I checked the throw. These are really stiff. It's a live hinge. I'm guessing they put Kevlar in there. So you have to flex a little bit, but be careful when you start flexing it because it can pull up. You might need to take like a ruler or something and put across it, or a piece of stock like a wood stock, and then flex it a little bit just to kind of get it working loose as it needs to be. And then you also have to sand a little bit on the ends here inside, because what happens is when it comes up it'll hit like right there, so you have to sand a little bit in this area on both sides to get it to where it will actually go its full travel and move freely. But yeah, definitely work these a little bit before you hook everything up, just to help alleviate the stress on the servos. Same for your ailerons and flaps. The rudder, it's not a live hinge, so didn't have to do that, but the ailerons and flaps are the same way, so just work them a little bit and then they free up. I just did it before the servo's put in because when the servo's on, you can't flex it like it needs to be to kind of loosen it up. So, and that's about it. So the elevators are done, 2 servos, the rods. Like I said, I added the washer myself just as an added security. The way mine work out, I mean, I'm gonna have to open up because I went down a hole on the servo arm, the metal servo arm, because that's a 2mm screw. I had to drill and tap the metal servo arm with my little drill and tap that I have, and there wasn't enough meat on the top hole to do that, so I went down one, which is better anyways, because I get to, I can get more throw out of the servo without cutting the end points down like I talked about last time. But I will have to trim a little bit, when it gets to, like right there, and then that way it doesn't give me very much throw before it hits. So what I'll do is I'll just open it up a little bit. This one was a little bit, with the servo in, it wasn't lined up like this one was. This one was actually better. Kind of works out a little bit better. The trimming will be on the back side for where the nut is, but they're pretty good. But there will be a little bit of trimming required, unless especially if you're trying to keep the servo arm short like I do. Like this one, that's probably more, that's probably all the throw you need. That's probably too much, so I may not even have to, I may not have to trim this one at all. This one, because it doesn't line up like that one, I have to trim just a little bit on this side here. You can kind of see how the servo arm is, the ball end is sticking over the bottom of the stab, and this one it wasn't. It was actually shifted over far enough, so the servo arm is further to this side versus this one being the opposite. It's further this way, so they just cut the little access hole off center a little bit, but that's probably enough on this one. So this is probably the only one I'll have to open up. Just open up this side a little bit so I can get the typically you don't need but like 20mm of throw on these things. So, but anyways, that's that. Next thing I'm going to do is put the flaps and aileron servos in. Hopefully they're not too hard. We'll see. Well, no, they're not, because it's a plate. You take it'll be like the rudder, so it should go pretty quick, because those will just bolt in with nuts and screws and nuts, so that should go really quick. And then I'll put the gear in and finish up with the turbine. So, like I said, it shouldn't take too long to finish this thing. But you guys have a good one.